Showing you much love since I've been in Toronto. This is my first time ever coming. I thank Russell and Dr. Ben for bringing me here. They always show me a lot of love. Thanks for all the hotel accommodations. Sorry about the movie phone bill. I just wanted to, like, I know, shout out to all the men that actually came out here. I see that, like, the company summits is always a lot of women. But to the men that's out there, y'all trying to get your money right and trying to be positive and do something legal and make sure that everything is, like, I really salute y'all. It's very hard. It's so easy to fall into something negative, and it's very hard to follow something that's positive. But to my women that's out there, I really feel that we need to stand up, be more sure of who we are, and that, I mean, like, I feel a lot of hate becomes between the women. Men, they do their little thing or whatever, they have their discrepancies, but there's so much hate amongst us as women. I just feel like if you fly, and you know you fly, and another fly chick walking, like, you should be able to tell her she's fly. If you content with who you are, like, you should be able to extend that compliment and extend your hand. Like, it was times when I first came in, like I told you, I was very young. I was 17 when I first started, and there was women who were in it before me, and I would meet them, and I had looked up to these people, and I would meet them expecting them to embrace me, like, and do this and that, and it was just so much shade and so much, like, this is me and this is my space and I'm not helping anybody. I just felt like we need to extend our hand so much more. If you know something that might help her, and you know a way that another female, another woman that you know is trying to do something that you can help, just try to help her. Extend a hand. Maybe work together. Maybe y'all come up with a plan that'll help each other. Just the hate is amongst us is so crazy, and we have to teach this love for each other and this reaching out to each other, to our children as well, because we're the ones that's raising them. You know, the parents and the fathers, they're there as well, but as mothers, we need to instill this into our children and save for our children and make sure that they have a heart. Some of us are born, like, I was born into a setup. Like, it was set up for me to fail. I don't even know how I'm sitting here next to Russell and Chris Brown and all these great people. Like, my whole setup, I felt I was born into a situation that wasn't good. I was born into my mom with my name on the phone bill. I was like 2 months old, I had a phone bill. So it was crazy. Just like, try to look out, but we need to really invest for the future and put even if it's $5 a week, $10 a week, whatever you can, just try to invest something for the children. Even if you're not even thinking about having kids right now, just, you never know what happens in the future, and that's about it.
God bless you. Remy Ma.
One thing that I've learned in this business is that at times there's a necessity to come behind the people that you've hired in order to keep your finances in order, because not everybody has the same agenda that you do. Nobody's going to take care of you and your money like you can. I mean, you may hire a financial planner, you may hire somebody who can, help you investigate some, growth opportunities, but you have got to keep track of your finances, the money that's coming in every month, the money that's going out, because especially now there's the materialistic kind of world that we live in, where we want really nice things, the bling bling, the cars, the this, the that. It's really difficult to keep up with that kind of lifestyle. It's almost close to impossible. And you'd agree with me, everybody on this panel would agree with me, that being in the entertainment industry, you have to keep up appearances 24/7, 365. You can't go out your house looking tore up, because you'll get talked about, and it sucks. And to have to keep up with, the Lindsays or the Parises or Eve or whoever it is, it's incredibly difficult. Live within your means. Understand what your means are, may not be somebody else's. They may have, a set of good fortune that you may not have just yet. That's something to work towards. That's a goal that you have to work towards. But living above your means will mean debt that you've got to pay back. Like the gentleman up here said, it takes 7 years. Trust me, when I got my first credit card, I was in the Eaton Center when I got it. And I went running around. I spent that $500 limit in 20 minutes. And I spent 5 months paying it back. And I've had the creditors call, and to clean up my credit has been a very long, hard journey. Youth is on your side. Be responsible with the gift that you've been given. You have a clean slate. Keep it that way.
Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about this book right here.
All right.
Let's talk about that, because it says in this book that not boast about the future. You don't know what tomorrow brings. My boy brought something to me one day. He said, look, man, I've been reading Proverbs every day. And he broke down the science of the book. There are 31 chapters. There are 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. So, in 31 days in a month. So the exercise is for every day of that day, you read a chapter. So today's the 28th, you read the 28th chapter, and the exercise is to do this every day for 2 years. And I'm gonna hit you with 2 out of today's chapter. Chapter 28, verse 20. A faithful man will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. All right. All right. Chapter 28, verse 22. A stingy man is eager to get rich and is unaware that poverty awaits him. So, all right. That's the future right there. Take this exercise. When you go home, get the Bible, read chapter 28 for the 28th day, and just start. You'll find yourself standing straighter, working harder, sleeping less. I'll give you my favorite one. All right? Chapter 22, verse 29. Thou seest the man diligent in his business. He will stand before kings and not obscure men.
All right. Words of wisdom.
I think first of all, you got to know what you mean by success. And it's very important that you got to know that success is happiness.
Yep.
You know, it's impossible to think money is success. Because if you do, you'll be really hurt when you get that car, you drive around the corner and park it. Like, it don't feel like nothing. You know, it's really, you know, the whole idea of giving, what you have to give what you want. So each of you have many, many gifts that are given to you. And it's a cycle of giving. So you got to find out what you have, what unique talent you have, what interest you have, what you think the world is missing that you have. You might find that a lot of people need you to argue on their behalf because you're a good lawyer. I mean, you got to go to the library and study law. Or you might find that you got a certain kind of skill when it comes to chemistry. You know, you become a doctor. You can lay the ball up. Of course, that's lots of y'all play basketball religiously, thinking you're going to be ball players. So whatever you have in you that's special, you have to really pursue it. Have faith in it and know that none of y'all are going to starve. So happiness comes from doing things you like. You've got to find what you have in you, inspiring to you, and go to work and do it. None of y'all are going to starve. None of y'all. The only thing you'll starve for is consciousness. And none of y'all are rich or poor except that you say you are. You're rich if you say you are. You're only rich if you count your happiness. Rich is happy with your portion. A lot of people with a lot of money are not rich. So be happy and find what makes you happy and give that thing to everyone. That's going to make you successful.
All right.
And each and every person sitting in this audience, every single person is no different from anyone on the stage. You are the same as us, and we are the same as you. So we salute you for being here. And you're already successful by being here, standing in line, being patient, really investing in your future by even being here today makes a strong statement. And there is only one difference between us and between you, and that is this panel is leaving Toronto. Many of us, except for X, I mean, we're leaving after today, but you will still be. But you'll still be here in this city, in this country. This is a body of people. Stand united, support each other. The world will take notice when you can come together as a body as you are and really make a difference. You can't do it alone. So support each other.
All right. Thank you.
I know a lot of people see us up here, you automatically think, oh, they already got money. What they talking about? How I could get to the cheese like y'all. I don't want you to have that mindset, because this is like honestly empower me also, because I was born in the church, raised by the streets. So for me to be up here with Russell, I'm just like, wow, like I really made it, because I saw it before I saw it. So you have to start living your dreams. You have to speak things into existence. You have to walk by faith and not by sight. That's real talk. I ain't grew up in the church for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you have to have a strong belief in God. And once you start believing in God, then He'll open the windows to yourself. If you spend 50% of your time being yourself and the other 50 not trying to be somebody else, you have no choice but to make 100.
All right.
I'm going to take it back to what I said before. Really, even though I've been doing this since the 17th, the book of Proverbs, really, Go home, read that chapter, chapter 28. Today's the 28th day. Read that chapter and watch what it does. It's all in there about money, about girls, about life, about respect, all the things. You know what I mean? So I'm giving you another of my favorites. Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and you will have food to spare. So get up, get your hustle on, be diligent with your work, do the work, follow your interests. On another note for us, really important that the adults take this back and the young people remember this, that you are smarter than your television. You are smarter than the radio. The images you see, the things you hear on the music do not have to lead you. You understand?
Thank you so much.
Take this back and let them know. And beyond that, dog, we in Canada, dog. It's the great white north up here. We got to come together, do our hustle. We're going to make it happen. These cats don't know. I know. You know what I'm saying? Do the work you got to do. Love y'all.
All right. Lil X, let's give him a hand, Toronto. The phenomenal Chris Brown.
First and foremost, I just want to thank everybody that came out here and thank everybody that's on the panel with us. But definitely, I just want to let everybody know, me being young, I know it's hard for a lot of y'all to be like, how am I listening to this 17-year-old? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, be an individual. Don't follow your crowd. Don't follow the people that may be doing the negative things if you want to be positive. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself, and that'll make you who you are. And at the same time, any dreams y'all have or aspirations, follow them. Like, no is just going to be the first thing. Just keep going.
All right.
I think that Chris Brown said it best. He's 17. He tells you, you are who you hang out with. And it's very important that you have to look, whatever your highest ideas are, they're not far from, they're not hard to reach. Just have faith in yourself. Hard work, dedication will get you anywhere you can imagine. Just have faith, work hard, and don't worry about failure because you're not a failure till you quit. Put your head down and do your dreams. Do you?
Security today. They did a great job. Yes. We're going to get everybody in. All right, thank you so much.
My name is Little X. Some of the highlights of my career will be things like Redman, Be That, Usher, You Got It Bad, yeah. Alicia Keys, You Don't Have to Call, P. Diddy, Let's Get It. Sean Paul, Give Me the Light.
Those are your commercials in there, Smirnoff Tea Party.
Smirnoff Tea Party, things like that, yeah.
So what does get your money right mean to you?
Get your money right? It means what it means, get your money right. Not having to worry about how things are going to get paid for. Being secure that you can go get yourself a pair of shoes and be okay, or take your girl to dinner, or get your mom a birthday gift, and, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, and not break the bank on it. But then the big picture, really having a real stable foundation of money.
Dr. Ben!
So you're good and able to do what you got to do.
Why was it that this is so important that you want to deliver that ideology on getting your money right?
I was invited, but
Thank you for the
when Russel Simmons calls you, when Chambers calls you, come talk to us.
What piece of financial advice would you give to young people?
Financial advice you give the young people? 3 Proverbs every day. That's it. And then the bigger picture is really, just take a look, man. Take a look at what you're spending your money on. Be smart about it. There's ways to save. Compare. Good things out there.
What advice can you give to young people to get the stars out of their eye and to focus at the task at hand when it comes to the
realize that the TV, you're smarter than your television. You're smarter than the radio. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled by what's on TV. Don't chase the box. It's just a plastic box. It's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Follow your interests and the things that interest you, and that will lead to your happiness.
My name is Saucrates, and I've been doing this for over a decade now. Don't tell nobody because it's brand new. But I'm responsible for Capitol Hill Records. We launched Julie Black. We launched Cardinal Official. We launched myself. We have also launched Big Black Lincoln now. The soul funksters of the country. #1. Julie Black. It's a whole bunch of us. We did, I did a whole bunch of work.
What does get your money right mean to you?
It means my future. It means the future of my son. It means the future of my family. It's bigger than any trend in music, or it supersedes just being in one level of business. And as black kids and black people, passing it on is very important to me. My son got to know what old money feel like he's a Jew. We black Jews now.
What piece of financial advice can you give to young people?
I said this a little earlier out in the media scrum. Save your money, man. even if you don't quite have a plan yet, save your money, because as it starts piling up, anything that comes to your mind, you'll be able to make it happen. And that's what some of the guys who brought me into the game did. I mean, they had to do whatever they did to get that bread, which is a hard thing about this business, but they saved it and invested it in me, and I've seen what it's done. I made mistakes in not saving early in my career, and I've seen what it's done. It set me back a few years. So save your money, please. Even if you ain't got a plan, have that stack right there, because as soon as that plan hits you, boom, you're ready to go.
What was your selling point to get here today for the city of Toronto?
Well, you know, I'm honored. It's really just an honor to be here after putting in so much work here to be recognized. So that was really my selling point, just to be honored to be here. And to, you know, being local and as successful as I've been able to share a lot with a lot of these up-and-comers instead of being out, you know, at Young and Dundas, you know, giving these summits, which I normally do, you know, get cornered in the club or whatever. It was good to be here and be able to share it.
What piece of advice can you give to our young people to get the bling out of their eyes and keep their dreams real?
Oh, well, I mean, you know, it's faith in self. You know, Little X crossed over a lot of great points today as far as being able to motivate yourself and stay strong within yourself without all the material items. And I had to find that as well. I actually only found that about 4 or 5 years ago, because up until then, like I said, $100,000 whips, you know, paying a mortgage on a car, you know, making big mistakes like that, just trying to keep up with the Joneses. I've never been happier now. You know, I got a nice little humble car, but my son is healthy, and that's really all I need. But before I could get there, I had to find that inner strength. You know, right now I'm God. I'm my own God. You know?
Final question. Can you give us a scoop about anything coming up soon?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Big things happening this year and over the course of next year. Of course, I got my solo record dropping next first quarter in March, April. It's called Bad Addiction, Pick It Up. Okay, even if I change the title by then, pick it up. The other great thing is Nelly Furtado has lended a hand to this whole movement and taken me on the road internationally. You know, as a Canadian artist, it's great for her to help me do that. And that's brand new too. So YouTube, we've been on YouTube for the past 8 months. We're going to be there for another 10 years. Thank you, Nelly. But look out for all these records. All right? For the streets, Jane and Finch, you number one. Let's keep it going.
I go by the name AKA Subliminal, AKA Sean Morissette. Highlights of my career, man, include, you know, much music awards, performances, more currently working on my album, but also motivating the youth with a program I have called the Pull Project, where we're going from different high schools, elementary schools, colleges, universities, and libraries, and motivating other people to diversify themselves and focus on their dream and trying to achieve that.
So how did you enjoy the summit? What did you get most out of it?
You know what? It's just good to see some of, you know, our key figureheads out here, you know, Lil X, Cardinal, Saucrates, really encouraging people on how to manage their money. And the big thing, you know, save your money for a rainy day. And, you know, we're so consumed within the mass media and, you know, BET, and, you know, seeing everybody in the big rims and the spinners and the $30,000 watch. But my $25 watch does the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So it was good to hear it out of their mouths. And I wish that we could hear this more on a daily basis, you know, and also hear it on radio, because there's so many Anthony Hamiltons and Music Soul Childs and Slum V's of the world, and we only get one branch of hip hop, so we need to try and break that up.
So what does Get Your Money Right mean to you?
Get your money right. It sounds exactly like what it is. You know, get your money right. You know, a lot of us are spending money before we even have it. So, you know, get your money right, but also get your mind right too. You know what I mean? And I really enjoyed when Russel said, you know, that success, it depends on the definition of success. We all equate success with money, when in actuality somebody's pushing me. Stop it. So it's all good. It's okay, baby. It's all good. Okay, what was I saying? Success. Yeah, let me get your number. No, okay, so success. You know, to me, success is just being happy. It's trying. You know what I'm saying? If you don't try at all, then that's the ultimate failure. So just trying. It doesn't necessarily mean you always win or you always get that A or you always get that big $100 grand. It's just getting out there, getting up off your ass, and just trying. So get your money right, get your mind right.
What piece of financial advice did you either get from here or that you would have liked to share?
Piece of financial advice. I mean, at the risk of sounding, you know, like most of what they talked about, I've gone through within the last 3 years. I'd say that, you know, credit, understanding the importance of credit, I've never had any collection agencies call in Subliminal or anything, but I think it would be worthwhile for me to check my credit rating, just see what that number is. I've never bothered with it, so I think one of the first things I do when I get home is I'm going to log on, and I know there's a I can't remember the name of the website, it's Fact Check or something like that, but I'm going to check out where I stand exactly. I think that's important.
Can you give our JadaFinch.com viewers a sample of your skill?
Jada Finch. I say, shout out, to Jane and Friend. Subliminal. I'm seeing y'all. Jane and Friend, shout out to Oakdale Park Middle School, shout out to Brookview. Where you at? Yeah.
Hey, what's good, everybody? I'm Franz Thomas, Hustle Man Entertainment Forever, that's what I do. And besides that, I'm an outreach worker for the City of Toronto. So, anybody out there need other types of resources, another connect to the neighborhood, wherever you at, that's what we do,
So what does Get Your Money Right mean to you?
Get your money right, you know what? Even if they said a lot of things that people might have said they already knew, right? I think it's important that they were able to show what they did. Like, they were able to get a collective of young black youth, especially what's going on right now in our city, together. They're running their movement. They're here to all around seek knowledge. Like, there's no animosity to go outside. If you go back outside right now, it's all love. I mean, and these are people that you see usually, don't see eye to eye, so it's good to see what you see.
What piece of financial advice did you gain or you would like to share?
I don't think, in terms of the individual, I think any type of knowledge you always gain. Even if it's something you already know, just to have that constant reminder, it's never a bad thing. What I like to share is, I think what it really made sense is that you seen it was black people showing other black people that we can, develop, cultivate, do anything we need to do in order to get whatever it is. There's a war going on, and weapons just the money of choice, That's what's going on right now.
The situation of Toronto with youth being unemployed and outreach being done for them getting into programs, how do you think that this summit can benefit them?
You know what? You said a big thing is priority and integrity. I think that's what's kind of missing from some people, you know what I mean? I think maybe that would reestablish that in a little bit more of the youth. It's, you might see it as a big thing, but it's only really just a handful here and there, right? Toronto on a whole is a pretty good city. If you live anywhere else in the world, you see the difference, you know what I mean? And it's like right now it's becoming a mecca of art for Canada, for other places. They're coming here to see it. So,
you want that money out of me? Winston LaRose, I'm with the Jane Finch Concerned Citizens Organization. It's located in the Jane Finch area in the Yorkgate Mall. We also have a secondary unit, which is it's called the Royal Grey Multitech Center at 30 Driftwood Court. In that building, we have 1,500 square foot space that incorporates a hairdressing shop and a sewing factory, together with a computer training facility. We've been there now about 6 months. We're doing this in conjunction with Toronto Community Housing. It's a very great opportunity. In fact, I'm looking at some gentlemen now here who are manufacturing a clothing line, and they're doing a great job, and I'm thinking of bringing them into the area there so we can create some jobs. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. I'm just expecting to take Dr. Ben over there right now. He is anxious to come and see what we have. So they want to align us with this thing. We want to create an annual event now. This event that has happened here. Well, thank you so much for that question. We built up a relationship with Chrysler over the last almost 2 years. Through the Jamaican Canadian Association, we were given a gift of computers that came from Chrysler, and I developed a relationship with the Chrysler organization. Subsequent to which I've invited them to every event, major event we've done quite a few of those. Emancipation Day celebration, Black History Month, our sewing graduation ceremony. And out of that came the opportunity. A year ago we met and talked about the Hip Hop Summit. And I sat down with Rodolfo Dominguez and Yelena Yelik, who is here somewhere. She is and with Mr. Maxwell Harris. And we decided to try and work this thing out and bring some recognition, positive recognition to the Jane Finch area. So it's a remarkable thing that's happened. and it seems as though we'll be able to make a lot of headway out of bringing the kind of opportunity to Jane Finch that is needed.
What piece of advice would you give Jane Finch on getting your money?
Well, I think that the Jane Finch community ought to know, out of this summit, there are a lot of good economic possibilities. Getting your money right is about being able to get money in a legitimate way and then being able to manage it, but to feel a tremendous sense of pride in self, because that's what motivates you to be able to succeed. You can develop money, harness money, and make money, but you have to have a sense of positivity about yourself and feel comfortable about the potential within you. And I think that's, I want to say to Jane Finch that we are Jane Finch Concerned Citizens Organization. We are there to help the Jane Finch people to bring the kind of possibilities to them and to it that is needed and required. And we'll do that.
Well, basically, it's like, I've seen a lot of people who I ain't seen in years, you know what I mean? Black people in the music business in T-Dot, you know what I mean? But it's like, why we only link up when there's this that's not even Canadian? You know what I'm trying to say? We need to link up like this on the regular. You know what I mean? Without Russel Simmons. You know what I mean? Because he's not our daddy. You know what I mean? He can't hold our hand like baby and say, y'all come and shake hands. We got to link up on the regular. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's what it takes to build an industry. It has to be an everyday hustle. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who's doing this music thing part-time. You know what I mean? You can't do the music thing part-time. You got to do it overtime. You know what I'm saying? This is a no-sleep type of business. It's not a business where you link up once a year when Russel Simmons is in town. You know what I mean? So, all get to you, all hustlers, all soldiers, all entrepreneurs, get at me. It's 838 Lava. You know where I'm at? I'm on every block. You know what I mean? I'm in the hood. Eglinton West and Kiel, Chichua, you don't know. Jane and Finch. I'm out there. That's where I'm at. Link me and let's make some moves. We don't need this to make moves. You know what I mean? Because tomorrow they're gone back doing their thing and they forgot all about us. You know what I mean? But I'm out here all day, every day. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Young, gifted, and black.
Wow. Who am I? Been asking myself that for years. No, I'm starting from scratch. DJ starting from scratch. How did I have? What was the question? Wow. I mean, from the start, I'll take it from the bottom to the top. So, from the start, it was, winning the high school DJ competition. Then it went, like, my big breaking moment was doing a concert where I played an hour in between Naughty by Nature and Black Sheep at Spectrum back in the days. That was like what really broke me out. And then coming into the 19-year-old market, which was California Dreams, and I was there for like 3 years, and that was big. My 15-year anniversary last year was definitely the tops, and this, like, I'm on stage DJing with Russel Simmons, like, you know what I mean? Look what it's come to. It's amazing.
So, what did you get out of get your money right?
I was all up in the book like everybody else was. I know I say I need this, and I do need it tremendously, but I know how I am, and I hope you're all like me, because, yeah, it's amazing, though. Like, it's incredible that these guys of these caliber and ladies of these caliber come down here. It's stuff you really need to know, because it really floors people. Like, you see it all the time. You travel and you see all these artists even from Toronto. Like, you walk down Yonge Street and you be like, hey, weren't you? I never want to hear that. You know what I mean? And you do it to yourself, ideally, right? So I'm not a baller, never have been. I have my little Roots watch and this that my son gave me. So, I mean, I'm not a baller by any means, so I'm not really too worried about it. I save, I own my house, I own all my stuff, and I've always been by myself. So, and I don't work for anybody, like Flo aside. So, I mean, I took a lot in, trust me. It's all registering, slowly but surely.
When you started off your career, you must have had, you can't make it. What are you doing with your life? How did you make your hustle into something?
My mom, really. Like, my mom used to work for Warner Brothers Records. My dad used to sing. My stepdad's a drummer. So music is always something that interested me. I'm born in Montreal, so I used to hear DJs a lot in Montreal. And then I never tried it till I moved up here. And a lot of my friends in school were doing it, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And music's always in me. I used to play drums and stuff, but this just took me by storm. Like, what I can put through from here that comes out here is just amazing to me. So it was just, and my mom just said, go. You know what I mean? I didn't go to university. I was doing it straight out of high school. And I've been lucky to have been successful, like, right out of high school. So, I mean, my mom gave me full blessing. She just said, go do it. She took me to get my first set of turntables, like all that stuff, you know what I mean? If she would have tried to block me, then who knows what I'd be doing.
Mm-hmm. So what got you on board with the Hip Hop Summit? How did that happen?
I don't know. They just, through Venus, who's my manager, and then she was, I guess, in contact with Russel's people, and they called and they said, well, we want, I guess, the biggest DJ, or who's the best DJ out here, so they recommended me, and then it just happened.
Yes, DJ. Nice. What piece of advice could you give to young people who are, you know, they have bling for dreams? Like, how can you make their dreams real?
Man. I think kids that are like that, they don't really want to hear my advice, but it's a shame. Like, that's the best way I could say. It goes with everything with artists. Like, we've been talking about it all day. Even without the bling factor, just be realistic. Like, everything, all the sentiments were echoed over and over today. You know, do your own thing. Don't try and be somebody else. And I think it's more a younger kid thing, but they're influenced by the media. Like, everything you see is guys with bling. Like, even Chris Brown sitting on the panel with big ass diamond earrings. You know what I mean? Like, little kids that see him. And then you see Russell Simmons, the simplest guy in the world. And has the most money out of everybody. All of us combined. He's just, you know, wearing his T-shirt and his hat. And he's always been like that. That's who they need to learn from. You know what I mean? People just don't see it that way. They'll look at him, you know, some of the ignorant ones in here will probably be like, you know what I mean? I want to meet Chris Brown. I want to be, you know what I mean? Because he's wearing this. And, you know, you see Remy with her big things. And I know Remy's not rich. You know what I mean? Chris Brown, I'm sure he's got a lot of money. But, you know what I mean? Like, just got to realize, unless you're Chris Brown, there's no reason for you to be wearing that stuff, you know what I mean? But it's all perception. I mean, I'm sure the young guys do it because it gets the girls like that. This is vice versa, you know, girls have things, guys like that. So it was never really my game. This was my game since day one. I've always concentrated on just doing my thing. So, no problem. Thank you.